It now being 7 p.m., the regular meeting of the Zoning Board of Appeals of the Town of Orleans is now called to order. I'm Michael P. Marnick. I'm the chair, and I'll be presiding tonight. With me is our regular members, Ralph Soderstrom, Beth McCartney, Matthew Cole, William McCarthy. Also present are associate members Mulligan and Jablin. Mr. Taub, an associate member, is excused. Also in attendance are the board secretary, Sandy Stewart, and the building commissioner of the town of Orleans, Brian Harrison. The first order of business is housekeeping, and that is to consider the minutes of the last previous meeting, which was on July 1st, 2015. The minutes have been circulated. Is there any discussion on the minutes of the meeting? If not, then we'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
Move to accept minutes as presented.
By Mr. Cole. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion on the motion? All those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? The motion carries unanimously. There's one hearing tonight, and that is the application of Keith Jalbert and Monica Jalbert in case number 2009 for a special permit as set forth in General Laws, Chapter 48, Section 6, under Orleans zoning bylaw sections 164C1B, 3C1B, 16421A Note 5, and 16437 to remove an existing greenhouse on a pre-existing non-conforming dwelling and to construct a bedroom addition in its place where existing and resulting building coverage is more than 4,000 square feet. The property is located at 6 Academy Place, Orleans, map number 34, parcel 19. Is there any member of the board who has had communication with the applicant or any of the applicant's agents which would give rise to a disclosure or a conflict of interest? No positive response. Therefore, I declare that the board is indifferent and impartial and to consider this. All members will comment and be allowed to inquire of the applicant or any other persons who are providing evidence in support or in opposition to the application. However, the regular members will vote on this application, a quorum being in existence. Sorry, Mr. Jablin and Mr. Mulligan, but we still value your thinking as we proceed.
Thank you.
Ready for me?
Yes.
Good evening. Thank you all for being here, particularly for only one application hearing this evening. I'm Joy Cumming of Align Architecture, and I represent Keith and Monica Jalbert, the owners of 6 Academy Place, which is as you probably know, a condominium complex comprised of 2 dwellings. Theirs is the smaller dwelling on the site. And as was just described by the chairman, it is a non-conforming lot, and the property exceeds the 4,000 square foot maximum allowable lot coverage, so that requires that we come before you to describe what we're proposing to do and why. I think if we could perhaps go through the drawings together, that might provide the greatest amount of clarity. There's an existing greenhouse that's indicated on the site plan that's shown hatched that we are proposing to convert into a bedroom for one of the Jalbert's daughters. She's got her hand raised behind me. And an adjoining bathroom. Additionally, there's a funny void between an existing sunroom and the existing greenhouse, which we're proposing to enclose to provide room for a small dining nook in the living area. The increase in square footage overall from what currently exists is 34.4 square feet. It does not exceed the 15%. We're at 14.7% coverage at this time. The other drawings that are presented to you just show in sequence the existing floor plan and the proposed. That's on A1.
Do you have the square footage on each of these? The first floor, the existing and the proposed?
I don't know that I have it. I could certainly calculate it for you. I have all the numbers here.
Okay,
if you
yeah,
wouldn't mind.
okay, that would be good then.
Yeah, perhaps what I'll do is present it, and then while you're deliberating, I'll go and crunch a few numbers for you. But
Okay, thank
the
you.
increase over the coverage is 34.4. Everything else is existing, so. So A1.1 indicates the existing floor plan and the proposed, and A3.1 indicates the existing proposed south elevation, existing east, and proposed east. So as you can see, we're working well within the zoning bylaws with the exception of that 4,000 square foot, which includes both dwellings and the workshop that are on this property. So while you're looking at these, I might just quickly crunch some numbers.
No, you're not looking for, you're not needing, and you're not looking for any relief from the dimensional requirements
No.
of the zoning bylaw, and as a matter of practice, excuse me, as a matter of procedure, you correctly state in the application that 164-37, which applies to limited business districts, carries with it the criteria for special permits as though it were in a residential district.
Correct.
We're not concerned with the aspect of the shoreline overlay here.
No, no. I also neglected to mention that we've already been through the Conservation Commission, and it was unanimously voted in favor of the project.
Your application, this isn't a real digression, your application states that there's a breakfast nook to be constructed in an area between the existing two buildings.
That's correct.
It's
I see it, but I'm not really
If
understanding.
you look at the existing floor plan,
This is the greenhouse.
Oh, I
this is
see.
the
there's a
bedroom.
void between
All
the
right.
den or the sunroom and the greenhouse.
Okay, now I see it, I understand.
And we've shaded it, and that's the 34.4 additional square feet of coverage that we're proposing.
All right.
Oh, okay.
I was looking for some kind of a bridge between two freestanding structures,
Yeah.
but now I understand what you mean. There was
Took me a
no,
while to figure that one out,
there
too.
was no other way to describe that in words, I think, than the way you did.
Oh, good. So do you still want me to crunch some numbers, or are you
Well,
okay?
I mean, don't we normally have all the
I think
dimensions
you've
on
got
this?
everything that you need. It's not, nothing is changing relative to footprint other than that
Doesn't hurt, I
34.
think the important figure is the 34.4.
Right.
Relative to 4,000.
Well, it's just where we're over the 4,000 and where they're close to the 15%.
We're
Well,
at
so-
14.7%
Yeah,
with the 34.4 square feet that they've added.
yeah.
So if we look at the site plan, the building coverage is 4,219 square feet. So if we simply subtract 34.4 from that, we'd get the existing coverage, right?
Correct. That's correct.
And that includes the shed, the shop, the existing house, and the existing house.
Correct.
All four dwellings, okay. Okay. Well, if nobody else is concerned.
So the existing is 4,184.6.
If you look on the site plan that was prepared by East Cape Engineering, the building coverage is currently 4,219 square feet.
Is that the existing or the proposed?
That's the proposed.
Right,
Yeah.
right, so I subtracted the 34.4 to get the
exactly.
4,000.
And that puts you right up to 14.7%.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Does any member of the board have any questions of the applicant? Mr. Jablon, you have a question?
The only, you've probably already answered it in technical words that I don't understand, but you're adding a bathroom, correct?
That's correct.
And the sewage treatment for that is adequate? It's been approved by the town?
I mean, it's usually related to bedroom count, but yes,
Okay.
it's adequate.
Mr. Mulligan?
None.
Mr. McCarthy? Mr. Soderstrom? Ms. McCartney?
Okay.
Mr. Cole?
Good.
I have no questions. Is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition or in favor of this application? First, in favor. There's no,
My daughter has a lot to say, I'm sure, just because they've been sharing.
Oh, okay. This is a biggie.
is there anyone wishing to speak in opposition to the application? Do you have anything further to say?
No, I think,
If there aren't any other questions for the board, I'll close the hearing and open this application to discussion.
I'm in support.
Ms. McCartney?
Fine.
Rolf?
I'm in support.
I was interested that it didn't appear there was any previous permitting history on this.
the only permitting history that I'm aware of
No.
is the part that I've been involved with,
No,
so
I-
I can't speak to that,
This
but.
looks like, going up to 14.7, looks like that's 14.7%, looks like this is it. But it's a well-designed, it appears to be a well-designed, benign, and good project. All the abutters were notified in accordance with law, and there is, let the record reflect that there is no opposition or support contained, having been submitted by email or other correspondence in our file. Therefore, following public deliberation by the zoning board of appeals, a quorum of qualified members being present and voting, and based upon the application of Keith Jalbert and Monica Jalbert filed June 19, 2015, based also on the plot plan prepared by Timothy J. Brady, dated April 29, 2015, revised June 19, 2015, and the construction drawings prepared by A-Line Architecture, 3 sheets, all dated June 19th, 2015. In the order of conditions of the Conservation Commission of the Town of Orleans, dated May 20, 2015, recorded, or to be recorded, at Barnstable County Registry of Deeds, I move that the board adopt the following findings of fact. 1, the subject property known as 6 Academy Place, Orleans, is shown as parcel 19 on Orleans map 34 and is in a limited business district with a shoreline overlay district. 2, the present use of the property is a single-family residential structure, at least in that portion of parcel 19. 3, the proposed use of the property is a single-family residential structure with a
new bedroom and bath constructed on the footprint of the existing greenhouse, and a new dining nook constructed in a vacant area between the two walls on the existing dwelling. Four, the proposed use will not be detrimental to the established and future character of the neighborhood and will be in harmony with the general intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw. Five, the alteration and reconstruction will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing structure. Six, the site is adequate in terms of size and suitable for the proposed use. There is 28,700 square feet of buildable upland. The building coverage, proposed building coverage, will be 4,219 square feet, or 14.7%. 7, the proposed use will have no negative impact on traffic flow or safety. 8, the proposed use will have no negative impact on the visual character of the neighborhood. 9, the proposed use is isolated from and will have no impact on the method of sewage disposal, source of water, drainage, or water resources. 10, utilities and public services will be adequate for the proposed use or change in use. 11, noise and litter will not be increased after construction of the proposed use. And 12, there will be no adverse impact on groundwater quality and recharge volume and the water quality of coastal and fresh surface water bodies. The motion's concluded. Is there a second on the motion?
Second.
By Mr. McCarthy. Is there any discussion on the motion? Then all those in favor
Aye.
and opposed? Motion carries unanimously by vote of the regular members of quorum existing. Based on the findings of fact, I move that the board grant a special permit pursuant to sections 164C, 3C, 1B, 164-21A, Note 5, 164-44, and 164-37 of the zoning bylaw to run with the land. Is there a second on the motion to grant a special permit?
Second.
Mr. Cole seconds. Is there any discussion on the motion? All those in favor
Aye.
and opposed? The motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Good luck.
You make a family very happy. Thanks very much.
Is there any further business to come before the meeting?
You want your extra plans?
Oh, sure.
Just saves.
Thanks.
Sure.
If there is no further business to come before the meeting, we'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
By Mr. Soderstrom, a second by Mr. Cotney. All those in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carries unanimously.